Hello, lovely people. How's it going? I hope you are doing good. So, Slay the Princess. This game has been a ride. I have super enjoyed this game. So today, my final video on it, I am going to be trying to unlock the other routes and like chapter 2 and chapter 3s that I haven't got yet, because it showed me on the thing where you see what you haven't done. There's still quite a couple that I haven't managed to get yet, so I've gone back through my previous videos. I've made a couple of notes for things to try, so we're going to be giving those a go today. So this might end up being like more than one run in the same video. Not 100% sure, but basically I'm going to be trying to get the routes that I haven't gotten as of yet, and then hopefully that technically is all of it played, and yeah, then we can move on to the next game. But I'm very excited. There are surprisingly quite a few things I hadn't tried, and I didn't really realize that, but yeah, it surprised me how many variations you really can get to doing things, and just by doing something ever so slightly differently, it can really make a difference. So let's dive straight into this and play Slay the Princess. Okay, so these are the routes that we've got to do. So as you can see, there's quite a few that we haven't done as of yet, and there's quite a lot of chapter 3 ones that we haven't gotten either, so quite a bit still, even though it feels like we've done a lot. But I've got a couple of things to try, so let's just delve straight in and start trying things, because yeah, I think I've got a couple to try. Hero and the Princess. I love the voice acting in this game.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin, and in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So the first thing we're gonna try is we're gonna try and slay her first.
Path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Because with the slaying route, there's like another thing I haven't tried yet, so we're gonna try that first. So we're gonna do that.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Is it weird that I'm kind of like fond of the princess at this point? I'm like, she's fine. I feel like I've become so disillusioned. I'm like, no, she's such a sweetheart though. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Yeah.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, we want to save her. She's so sweet. So yeah, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to slay her.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely
Which
bare.
is very sad,
The
but
air is stale and musty.
it's the first thing I've got to try, so.
The walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
We are going to take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
It just gives me chills every time. Who's there? It's so good.
She sounds dangerous.
Dangerous.
It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
She is.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Just continue down the
You're
stairs.
still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Just a little bit, but it's fine. So are we. So are we at this point. So's the narrator. We all are at this point, let's be honest.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
So, we're gonna kill her.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this. You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
I'm not sure. I feel like she has to have some kind of trick up her sleeve.
It's over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Ooh, did I check for a pulse last time? I don't think I did. Check for a pulse.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one. We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question? Wait, what was that? You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life.
Oh no, I have seen this before.
We're even now.
I have seen this before. Yes.
See you around.
I can't remember where it leads to, but yes.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you.
There might be a variant to the next run. Let's see.
Whatever that's worth.
I don't know where this
Everything
leads
goes
to.
dark, and you die.
Oh, the razor! Oh, cool. Okay, no, that's good. That's good.
You're on a path
There was another
in
thing
the
to try with the
woods.
razor that I wanted to do.
And
Brilliant.
At the end of that
Okay,
path is a cabin.
cool. Fine.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Yes, because I think we ended the razor run early, I think. I think so. Because I think someone said a comment saying, oh, you didn't do something in the razor run. So, alright. Cool.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, so we've already gone through these options to proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from
slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
He couldn't be more on the money.
Oh, it's the
We're
cheated.
really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you. We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Proceeding to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards.
Yeah, this one looks
Their
cool.
splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
So, because last time we ended up like fighting loads, I'm fairly certain I'm gonna leave the blade, which seems wild. But we're gonna leave the blade. Enter the basement. We're also not gonna talk about the mirror.
Are we really doing this?
We're just gonna go for it.
You know she has one, right?
She might not. She might be lovely. Who knows?
The door to the basement.
Oh, I forgot how
creaks
creepy
open,
this one is.
Revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall.
Oh. This one gives me chills. It's so creepy.
The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Scraping? She's not even trying to hide her knife. It's like she wants to get in our head. That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
So creepy.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
There really is.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
I wonder what happens if we just like trust it and just like don't doubt her.
Exactly. She sounds threatening because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're
We're
here.
not armed, so...
What are you waiting for? You
So
are here
creepy.
to rescue me, right?
This one is just so creepy. This might be one of the most unsettling ones for me. So creepy. Let's do... I don't have a weapon. Isn't that a sign of goodwill?
Yes! Yes, of course! Haven't you seen that I've only been nice to you since you got here?
Oh my god, I hate it. Ah!
Has she? Her words have been fine, but her general attitude's been weird and extremely suspicious.
What's she doing right
I
now?
think that's what really counts. This shouldn't even be a question. She absolutely has not been nice to you.
I don't have a key.
Oh, you don't? Okay, I see. I have an idea. You should come over here and stare directly at the chains. You won't be able to find a key if you don't know what it's supposed to look like, so you better come right within close staring distance just to be sure.
Oh my god.
I have absolutely zero doubt that she is going to stab us if we get close to her.
I do concur with that, yes.
She certainly feels threatening.
She does.
Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who has the capacity to quickly arm himself? You do. So stop second-guessing yourself, go upstairs, take the blade, and do your job. But I'm nervous.
Same.
All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
What if we're both being honest with each other? I was sent here to stop you from ending the world, and you killed me last time after coming back from being stabbed in the heart.
That doesn't sound like me.
It absolutely does.
Last time? What are you talking about? Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth. I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that loop back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right? Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
Let's see. Nobody has to die.
Of course not. At least not now, because you're here to save me. But you'll have to come close.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her? We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry, do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now? You're acting like you are.
Oh
My
no.
entire world is at risk. Then maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No, I have my dignity. Fine, then we'll continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
Right, let's try to free her. I think. Okay, fine, I'm coming closer to you. You better not try anything.
Of course I won't.
Against your better judgment, you walk across the room to within arm's reach of the princess.
Oh my god.
I don't like the way you said within arm's reach. You hear the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat.
Ah, why am I screaming? I knew this was gonna happen.
Whose meat? Not ours, right?
Definitely our meat.
Hers, at first.
What?
Then yours.
Oh.
Your neck, specifically.
Oh.
Hehe.
Wait, is this...
You
Wait.
collapse to the ground, your vision
Oh, it is
streams as you
different,
attempt
though.
to focus on her bloody blade and the limp sack of flesh that was once her arm.
Mate, I fucking hate that. I hate that.
You're going to die now.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And with a quick jerk of her elbow, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, lovely. No way out.
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're going to have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn
I love when the
woods
cheater
every
takes
time.
over.
We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp.
Yes,
A constricting
we're
mess
just
of curved and battered
skipping
sheet
through.
metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do? I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
I love when the cheater takes over. It's so funny.
Who cares about cards? You're all acting like this is about winning and losing, while this is actually about having fun. Is this fun for you? It's not fun for me. I don't like being sliced to pieces.
Oh, okay.
Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right, that's too much responsibility. I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world. Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there.
The cheat is so funny.
And then we throw it out the window. What? That blade is the only edge we have. We are not. Too late, because we already did it, didn't we?
No.
Fortunately for the rest of you, for me, and for the sake of the world, yes.
Oh my god. Wait, did that happen before? That's so funny. We just threw it out the fucking window. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
That is horribly unfair. He shouldn't be allowed to just do things like that. You wanted me to just pick it
Oh,
up. See?
so
You're
funny.
not the only one who can figure out how to do things.
Okay, so we're going down there without a blade. Interesting.
What's done is done. I suggest you make the best of it.
I don't think I did that last time. That's so funny.
We're all so mad at each other. I'm just going to sit here quietly in the corner. You can be the ones to figure out what to do.
Just threw it out the window.
So, are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? There isn't a door, there's just that mirror. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
Approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it.
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Oh.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising. I can't say I was particularly invested in looking at it before, but now I really want to see what's in it. If it's so keen on hiding from us, whatever it has must be real good. Guess it's time for us to see her again.
It is.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
I don't think we will.
You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
That sounds quite fun.
As your body tumbles onto the basement landing, the form of the princess comes into view, wryly smiling at you from a distance.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. And you still don't have a weapon. That's funny! That's a joke! I'm going to kill you now.
Yes, that was extremely silly of whoever did that. Probably a bad idea.
That's so funny.
That was you. I know, I'm just trying to add some levity to this. Well, since all of this was your idea, how
Holy
about
shit.
you figure out how to get us out of it? Oh, guys like us don't get to make any decisions. You should know that. I decided to pick up that blade, and you decided to throw it out the window.
This is why we've already lost. Can't even stop bickering with ourselves. How are we supposed to beat her without a weapon? She's so sharp.
Your
Literally.
internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing
I
meat.
hate it.
And the princess's arms erect twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves.
Oh, I hate
The
it.
chain clatters to the floor.
No.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Alright, I'm out of ideas. What we doing?
Oh, that's easy. I'm going to try flirting with her.
Now that is an interesting move. Interesting? It's disgusting. No, don't try romancing the princess. She wants to kill you. She's going to end the world if you don't stop her. Yeah, do we have to flirt with the murderous monster? Of course we do. I'm into it. The one making the decisions is into it. You're not.
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't
100%.
think so. I don't know. I could go either way, honestly.
Rather like, maybe, I don't know.
She doesn't want us.
You're just saying that because you want her to be into you.
I know. I thought I was being obvious.
Oh. I know you want to kill me, but has anyone ever told you how gorgeous you are?
A rosy blush flushes in the princess's cheeks, and a wide grin cuts across her face.
This is not what I
You're the
thought.
only person I know, so that's a first. You're sweet. I like you. You're also gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh, be damned, this is actually going to work, isn't it?
Imagine if it did.
Still gonna kill you, though.
Or not.
Oh, at least she's blushing this time.
At least she likes us. I've never been liked before.
Blush still glowing in her cheeks. The princess closes the distance between you and skewers you.
Lovely.
Ow. What worthwhile romance doesn't hurt at least a little bit? What matters is that she likes us. She's even said as much.
Yes, the smitten. The smitten is my favourite. I love the smitten.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? Nah, we'd know if we died. Right? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? I don't actually know how to answer that question. I think he means how many times have we died? Yes, that. Oh, I've lost count, to be honest.
I haven't. It's 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her. We'll win her heart eventually.
Come on, show me something new.
She has swords for arms and we don't. We're panicking. It doesn't work and she kills you again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of conflict that transpires. Yeah, because to be fair, we can't actually fight her because we don't have a knife.
Just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
Very vengeful, isn't she?
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps.
We just have to hit her harder.
She skewers you. More noise isn't helping, it's just making it harder to focus. Just keep dodging, just keep dodging, just keep dodging. She skewers you.
What's the point of avoiding me if you're not going to fight?
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. We don't even have a weapon. Yeah, some clod threw it out the window. Again, that was you. No, I was just the clod who suggested it. And if I knew we'd be stuck here forever, I wouldn't have done that. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
See? We lasted a little longer. Barely. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. Fine. One last time.
None of this is working. Think. Think.
She skewers you. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Ooh, another chapter 4? We had one in the last video, right?
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here. No steel claw, though. Was tossing it the only thing we've done that was permanent? That's a sick joke. A sick joke.
We still don't have a weapon. Oh my god.
It's gone for good. Then maybe we never actually needed it.
That's true. Maybe we didn't.
That's what I've been telling you all. We can do this without it. We're tougher than steel.
Yeah, mind over matter.
Okay, this is going to be interesting.
Who needs violence when you have love?
We should try to seduce her again. It seemed to work a little bit last time.
Who needs love when you've mastered yourself?
Who needs anything and we don't matter?
Well, boys, are we ready? There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing them?
Yeah, leave it to the pros.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to see how this ends. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though.
Oh my God.
Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now?
So sarcastic.
Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing.
You don't if it's what I think it is.
Yeah, me too.
You really don't.
I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin bursts, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
It's an awesome design, but I just hate the way it pops, you know?
Are you ready for what comes next?
Not really.
Holy shit! She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine.
Oh, this man is so funny.
Yes, behold the perfect woman.
Guys, damn. This is the perfect woman. I need to get me one of these.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
We should.
That looked painful.
How is she still alive?
Heart's still beating, that's all she needs.
This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up.
I'd say we bow down to her right now if that had ever even slightly worked for us.
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
This
All right,
is all
sir.
just
Oh, empty your
What just
mind.
happened?
Oh,
It's so quiet.
him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act as the princess approaches, instead allowing her to crash against your form, and yet there is seemingly nothing for her to crash against. Again and again she swings at you, but there was never really a you to swing at.
This worked before. I was able to make you dead before.
She swings again, and this time she hits something, or something hits her. She looks down, confused terror, as her arm bends and folds in upon itself.
Did you do that? It's funny if you did. You're nothing. You've done nothing to me, and I've done so much to you, and that's who we are. But it's like you're nothing now. You can't be nothing. If you're nothing, then what am I? Am I nothing too? No, I'm the one who hurts you.
She hurts. Oh, shit! She hurls herself at you, but as she does, her metal body bends outwards in the very contact with what you are repelling her to the point of destruction. Oh, shit! The din of shrieking metal subsides and something small and delicate falls onto your hand. It's her heart. It beats gently, calmly in your palm. Oh, and someone just nabbed it. Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye, heart. Not another word is spoken. Something has taken her away and it's left something else in her place. Approach the mirror. You do so. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. Oh, you are alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her. Oh, interesting.
Something finds me in
Wow.
my quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Oh, that imagery is so creepy but sick at the same time. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I love this like whole speech interaction moment. It's so gorgeous. What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is a single-minded edge. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for a piercing heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Just curious. Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Oh, interesting. Oh, okay, I was just curious. What happens if I destroy my own body? You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Oh, so they were never even options in the first place. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making yourself a part of her?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
I was sent to save the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
Let it be. Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Right. Okay, next
You're on a path in the
route.
woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Right, silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Okay, I think what I know what I'm going to do. So, this route, we're going to try to get back to the witch route, I believe. So, I believe I didn't take the blade, so let's go with that.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
So, enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
So, continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done.
Oh, actually, have I ever gone back upstairs to get the blade? I don't know if I have, you know. Okay, let's see what the options are. Hang on. we might try something else first.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
It's a good point.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Turn to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely
I
hesitates
hate this
before raising
one!
her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
I've seen this a few times now and I still hate it. I still hate
Blade
it.
from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
What happens if I slay her at this point? That's an interesting. Hang on. I'm gonna save it. I might try and slay her because I'm interested to know what happens if you try and slay her at this point if she's already freeing herself.
Without hesitation,
Oh shit!
bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally.
Oh!
The wound drives her to the ground.
Oh, okay. I think that is definitely new.
Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
Oh, this feels a bit brutal.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
Oh no.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us.
Oh no, I'm scared.
She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure.
Neither am I.
Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw.
Oh, interesting.
Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Slay the princess.
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
Ooh. Oh no, now I'm curious. Okay, hang on, wait. Wait. Oh, interesting. Let's try the first one. Because if it leads to something I've already done, then I can always come back and do the other ones. Let's give up.
Are you serious? As what's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor, the blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground. I suppose you simply lacked the will to finish the job. The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner of the room. Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness, unblinking and curious as you bleed out. We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Oh, I feel kind of sad.
This is the end, isn't it? Before you can answer, everything goes dark, and you die.
The beast. Have I had this before? Can't remember, I'm not sure.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path
find out.
is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe. The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated.
Oh!
It feels like no one has lived here for a long time.
Oh, I may not have seen this
Wind
before.
rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls.
This might be new. Okay.
The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okay, I think I may have gotten a new route here. Exciting. Okay.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Oh, do I take the blade or not? Let's take... Let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I think this is a new route. I think so.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
Oh, yeah, I think this is new.
She sounds almost feral.
Well, oopsie.
Patient. Or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her.
Oh, damn.
Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess.
Oh.
You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves,
Oh, damn.
staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
That's a little bit scary.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Ooh. Interesting, okay. Right, let's move.
Picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body.
Fucking hell!
Princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her.
That was fucking terrifying! Oh my oh my god!
Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
Fucking hell.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs.
I think her chain's got quite a long reach!
So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
We don't have to kill each other. What if I helped you? What if we left together? If I could get you out of here on your own, wouldn't you already have left?
You cannot reason your way out of this, fledgling. There's no compromise with what I am.
At least she's upfront about her intentions.
That's true. What do you want?
I want to swallow you whole. And I will get what I want.
Ooh.
You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants, just slay her. Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's just a princess. Don't overthink it.
Oh my god.
She is clearly not.
Yeah, she's absolutely
She's
not.
calling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble. Keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Ooh. Just says survive. Survive?
Jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
Ah! I hate it! Fuck! Run for the stairs?
Now's our chance. Quick. And then what? We need a plan. We need to figure out something. Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive. As you turn to sprint for the stairs, you feel the air shift. You instinctively glance behind you just in time to see the princess lunge from the shadows, more unhinged and dripping,
Oh my
eyes fierce,
God!
full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This
Wow.
is her domain. You are devoured.
That was fucking wild.
Guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it. You are in a dark, caustic place.
No!
Fibrous lining constructs around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
Stop it.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts
No!
to seep into your skin.
Ew!
You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you.
Oh, that's
there will be
grim.
no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
Oh.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
Eerie!
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Damn!
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive. Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
Ooh. Oh, but if we do that one, then we'll get a third one? Ooh, screw you.
In an act of spiteful defiance, you pull your weapon to your throat, your shaking, ulcerous hand clenched tight around its hilt. And then you draw it across your bubbling veins. Your blood flows out, filling the tiny space inside the princess. You start to fade, a waste of a good life. It's better than giving in to her, but in the end, the opinions of stray voices mean little in the grand scheme of things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The wild. Oh, okay. Interesting. Whoa.
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end.
What?
But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge.
Whoa, what is happening? What the fuck?
His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here?
What the fuck did we do?
I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? We're part of her because she consumed us. Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
It shouldn't count as her eating us if we offed ourselves.
We're still here, though. And if we're safe, isn't that better?
I guess this is fine. Doesn't feel half bad. Miles better than being dissolved, anyway.
She ate you. And now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
This thing watching us. What is he?
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you. That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
He wants us to kill each other.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together. She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
Why are you being nice to me? Aren't you a monster? Didn't you eat me?
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the fear and the hunger and the pain.
Oh.
Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Doesn't all that conflict
Fucking
feel
hell.
so far away right now?
Holy
So
shit!
petty. We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
I can feel a thumping, a heartbeat, like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
Hold yourself together. We're no strangers to effort. We can push this back down. Something might do us in eventually, but I'll be damned if that something is a thought.
Ooh. Gaze at the terror in your heart or bury it now before it's too late. Gaze at the terror in your heart.
Please, don't make us remember how I was.
And just like that, you start to fall apart. I can remember it now. I didn't like being eaten. I'd forgotten how much it burned. And the air was so hard to breathe. But she didn't care. She didn't care at all.
At least we didn't have to sit through it to the end. But I think she owes us, don't you, lads? She barely felt more than a little indigestion while we burned away inside of her.
As you remember the terror and pain you felt at the hands of the princess, you start to remember something else, too. You remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. You can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be.
No, I devoured you. I won. I put things back the way they were supposed to be.
Oh.
Some division, when sown, can never truly be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were. A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole. And then you find yourself,
Oh.
blade in hand, exactly where you
Oh shit!
At the center of it all is the princess, a wooden and fleshy heart beating with an unbroken rhythm. You're filled with a sense of purpose. Strike at her. End this once and for all.
I feel empty, don't you?
This doesn't feel like a fight. This isn't what I wanted. Where's the victory in this?
I feel safe. She isn't dangerous anymore. We could leave her. We could both live. Do we have to do this? You have to. You know you have to.
Ooh. What happens if I cut her free? I never wanted to kill you, not really. But we can't be the same thing as each other. I had to put an end to whatever happened to us.
You devious little bastard. If you think I'm going to let you free her, you have
Oh.
another thing coming. And that other thing is... We'll just have to wait and find out when it happens.
Oh, he's not gonna let
Just
me.
ignore him. What's he gonna do? Lecture us into submission? He can talk all he wants.
You're tired, aren't you? No, I'm not. I'm... Fine. Whatever. You cut the princess down from the roots that bind her. I hope you're happy.
Good luck getting her out of here.
I didn't think you would do that after everything. It's so cold without you.
Oh. Oh, damn. But you don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay, just trust me.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. That thing reeks of death.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
I'll see you on the other side. Going to be okay, or it's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. I'd like to be somewhere nice.
Maybe there'll be a good fight there. Maybe we'll find her again.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you just give me a single straight answer?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed, but in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is like a shadow of me, a memory of what she used to be, bound to the wounds of distance and time. She will make for a scarred and beautiful heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die.
You're on the
Okay,
path
we're gonna try
in
and
the
get
woods.
to
And at the end of
the
that
witch
path
route again this
is a
time. That went
cabin.
way off, but at least now I
And
know
in the
another
basement
route.
of that
So that's
cabin
fun.
Is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, so silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning, before you go any further. She will lie,
she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
You know when you just played it so many times. Proceed to the cabin. Okay. Peaceful until betrayal is this one. Peaceful until betrayal.
The cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, so enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
So Princess is your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. But I don't actually think you're dangerous.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
I was hoping you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that, and I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
It's very true.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
I can't believe they've been keeping you here like this. I'm getting you out of here.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. If not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
No!
Is someone else here?
Help! Return to bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She's gonna do it again.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her lips with the determination of a trapped wolf.
I hate it. It's so moist.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Okay, save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Oh, shit in hell.
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the
I
end.
think this is the right way.
You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time? I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently,
damn, okay.
I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Did we get the right route? Yes! Okay, we got it right. Okay, I know what I have to do in this route.
You're on a path.
I know what I need to do.
woods.
I've been told in
And
comments.
at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I have been yelled at you lot to do this so many times, and I'm excited. So, we're gonna give her the knife. We're giving her the knife this time. That is what we're doing.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. La la la, proceed to the cabin. If you want to see me go through these other
warning.
options, I
Before you
have
go.
done it in my other previous videos, so go and check those out if you want to see like me go through those options and stuff.
She will lie,
She will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
Proceeding to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots.
Yes.
The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, we're gonna take the blade because we need to give her the blade, so we'll take it.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea.
Okay, enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Hello.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
So... Ooh, I don't want to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill. Give her the blade! Yes, this is what I've been told to do.
You can't be serious.
I am being serious. The comments demanded it.
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. As do I. I, abstain? You abstain? She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
This isn't a democracy. We're giving her the blade.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
You hear a clanging of metal against the dirt floor, and the chains fall from the princess's wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart. It's a shame we just gave her a weapon, because if I were her, I'd use it on us right now. Luckily for us, you're not her. Oh, we sure think alike, though. I can promise you that. Whatever you say next, you better make it count. She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
That's up to you. It's why I gave you the blade. I chose last time and I regret it, so now it's your time to choose.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
And then she buries the blade in your heart.
Okay.
What? No, come on, that's not right. I told you. I told you.
Straight in there.
This is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble.
Oh.
Her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern.
Oh.
Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, she seemed quite regretful. The thorn! This is the one that people wanted me to see. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods. She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us.
Well, yeah.
Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I might add, I voted against. But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us anyway. I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right? Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other. Great. So you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
This place is different, it keeps changing.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which in turn likely means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know. I've had enough of these annoying little secrets. If you want us to do this, you have to let us in on your game already. All of your game. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her.
We're even now, I'm sure she understands that, but we can see what she has to say for herself when we get to the cabin.
Yes, good. Playing both sides. That's what smart people do, and you're the smartest in the room.
I am pretty smart.
I'm not sure it counts as playing both sides if people can hear you doing it.
That is true.
Buddy, you're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to doing this right, and I'm pretty sure the one making the choices gets that. Trust in the plan. Trust in what plan? The Decider's plan. Sure, we don't know what the plan is yet, but that's part of the whole trusting thing, isn't it? A good leader knows how and when to keep things secret, and sometimes a good leader even knows to keep things secret from himself. Sure, we'll see what she has to say for herself, but don't forget that whatever she says is likely just as much lies as what he's been telling us. We should keep our cards close to our chest. If I were you, I'd remember what she's done. You know how dangerous she is. And you should know that someone like her shouldn't be let loose upon the world.
No matter what happens next, it seems that all our answers are in the cabin. Let's see this through.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of
cool.
the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone.
She seemed so remorseful at the end of the last one, though, that I'm really curious where this is going to go. Because this is either going to go down like a sweet route, or it's going to be like a brutal route. We'll find out.
You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one, too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess is a threat to you. She's a threat to me, and most importantly, she's a threat to the world. You know what you have to do.
Proceeding to the cabin. I like the music.
The interior of the cabin is hardly an
Oh,
interior at all
wow.
anymore. The burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old.
Oh, this one could be really poignant. Interesting. Okay.
The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what
Oh,
was
there's
once
no
a table.
blade, though.
A pristine... Wait.
Yeah.
Is it right? There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Because we gave it to her.
We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it, let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. Just the smart thing to do.
Well.
I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work.
Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here, something has to be different.
Approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent.
Might as well take a look while we can. There's nothing else to do here now that the knife has been taken from us.
Wipe the mirror
Reach
clean.
forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. What are you doing?
Figures. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it?
Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
Enter the basement.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
I'd say this feels like a trap, but you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going.
They're only thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
Oh, she's so confused. And like the writing as well. Oh. I don't really know what I want. I never really chose to come here.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Proceed down the stairs.
You continue down the basement
Oh,
stairs,
I'm excited to see the
brushing past
design.
the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation.
Interesting. Oh,
At
wait.
the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Oh. Oh, interesting. I'm not here to laugh. I'm here to free you if you'll let me.
I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
You're not the only one who yearns for freedom. I'm as trapped as you are. I think we need to leave together.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Oh, no, I definitely don't want the bottom three. Is there nothing I can say to change your mind?
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
She's right, there's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own.
Careful with that one. He's not the smooth negotiator he thinks he is. But it does feel like we're stuck until we do something. If there's even anything to do besides make things worse.
We're not making things worse. I think she wants to trust us.
Can I take the blade now?
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Oh.
Okay.
Reach for the blade.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, She clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
I'll be damned. She really gave it to us.
It feels like it's been so long since we've held real power in our hands. I wonder what we should do with it. We free her, obviously. It's the right thing to do.
I think you're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as we've been. Besides, it would really stick it to him to free her. Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that,
We may never get another chance. That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
we've all said our piece. Now it's time to make our move.
It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2.
You don't count.
And why shouldn't he count?
Because he's clearly not one of us.
That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Carefree.
Yes. What a good idea.
There's no other option, is there, really?
Oh, so you're
we
suddenly
have
to
to.
free her. You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess.
Even if he'll stick a knife in our back as soon as he has the opportunity, it's still better to have him nominally on our side. At least that gets him to shut up for a while.
See? We're all friends here, united in our actions and intentions.
Yeah, united. But the other one has a point. If it keeps you quiet, sure, we're all friends.
You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade.
Is that really all you've got, threatening us with an accidental misstep? I expected more from you.
Our blade didn't even waver when he said that. Yeah, you're right, he's a bit of a nobody, isn't he? Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Oh. Of course I did.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs.
Oh wait, this is gonna be a cute ending. Wait.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns
Oh, for
that
God's
so
sake.
graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out.
You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything to stop us.
We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Cut into the thorns.
As you swing your blade into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this?
It feels so good to hear you say that you're admitting you've lost and we've bested you at your own game at last. I don't care what happens now. That's all I've wanted.
You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Step into freedom. Oh.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day. You irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now? Where's everything going?
Oh no.
Why is it so cold?
Oh. Oh, that one was sad. But I feel like, though, in a weird way, that one kind of had, like, the best emotional development between the two of them, because it was that one, to me, really summarized their whole relationship so perfectly, where they, like, trusted and then didn't trust each other, and when they don't trust each other, bad things happen. So then, like, they want to trust each other, so have to try to be vulnerable to do that, which is something really hard to do with someone that you don't trust, that you think is going to kill you. So by the end, she was so confused by everything, but really, that one was the acknowledgement where they both acknowledge that they are in this situation because of forces outside of their control, and the thing to blame is the thing that's forcing them into this situation, not each other. And that one, to me, really summarized that so perfectly. Just, like, that one was beautiful. And it was so sad, like, the fact that she was just stood there and finally was free, and they'd finally trusted each other and stepped into freedom, and it still just led to this. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. It's going to do something to us. I can feel it. If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't it make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
I just want it all to stop.
It will, in time, but you still have a ways to go before we are done. Know that I hold no malice for you.
I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Oh, everything goes dark and you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Finally continues to cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
So, the next one I have to try is... I don't think I've done a variation where I take the blade and save the princess, because usually she's quite negative towards you. So I wonder what happens if I try to save her. Like, the narrator doesn't get involved. Like, I just wonder, like, if I can save her when she's not trusting of me when I've taken the blade. So that is the next one on my list to try. So we're going to give that one a go.
A warning. before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceeding to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, so we're going to take the blade this
Take
time.
the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Continue down the
Good.
stairs.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone.
Oh.
I like the world, I think.
I love how, like, differently she can say it. Such a talented VA. The variance.
I don't remember much about it, to be
amazing.
honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret from me.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
What if they're bad reasons, though? If they had good reasons for thinking I was dangerous, wouldn't they have shared them with you? I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want to leave. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
A relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
See, we'll never know though, because we never get up there to look. And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She really doesn't care.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Okay, return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom?
Good question.
Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Okay, save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
I just hate it.
You cut into her flesh.
You don't need the noise.
The blade is sharp
Ew.
and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound.
She really didn't.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that.
So the
stakes are too
narrator's,
high.
yeah, still
You
gonna
can't
try.
just let her
Okay.
escape into the world. No, as the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
So, yes, warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Oh.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Oh, wait, is there a... Yes, resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat
Bloody hell!
with an almost clinical ease.
She did that so quickly.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is.
Damn.
Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Well, let's see. The prisoner. Ooh. Ooh, I don't recognise that name.
You're on a path
Okay.
in the woods.
I think we've got another new
And
one.
at the end of that
Okay.
path is a cabin.
I think I've figured them out
And
mostly.
in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink? No, I didn't. Wink.
That's amazing.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Proceed to the cabin. Alright, let's see if this one's different as well then. I'm presuming so. Everything else is a bit different, so...
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon.
Oh, yeah, this
A few
doesn't look
pathetic
familiar.
Wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Okay, into the basement.
The door to the basement.
Oh, it
creaks
looks
open,
similar
revealing
to what
an
I've seen
old
before
stone
then.
Staircase.
That was happy.
Sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Are we not the first? You walk down the stairs
Oh,
and lock
damn!
eyes with the princess.
Whoa!
She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves.
Oh.
The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
That is weird.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit where you were told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
My intentions, what do you mean?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
Maybe she does.
Right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Unless this could be similar to the other, like, 'cause we had like the other nice route where we killed her and then she came back, like there was like, was it like the Grey or something? She came back as like that ghost who then killed us with her. So maybe like a similar thing would happen where she'd come back as like another ghost variant if we kill her. Maybe. I might give it a go. We'll see. Let's see what the options are.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
See, this is a really interesting bit of narration, because it's basically the narrator admitting that he knows that this is a possibility the whole time. That if you fail, you're going to end up doing this again. And him admitting that he wants to keep you in the dark for as long as possible, because the reality of it, you may not do what he wants you to do, which is quite fascinating. That basically this is him admitting that, because I think this is the first time where he's, unless it's been kind of forced out of him, really admitted that he's known that this is all a possibility.
I won't.
Ooh.
Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
How am I supposed to cut you out if you didn't notice your head is in the shackle too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
Oh!
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
Is she actually gonna cut her head off?
She certainly seems confident.
Oh!
Maybe she knows something we don't.
Maybe.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Well, she isn't going anywhere, even if she does have the knife.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros?
There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
That other chain on the wall, who is it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in the chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Ooh, okay. Okay, I'm trusting you. I'm gonna give her the knife.
Slide it over.
Because last time I did this, we got the thorns, and that was interesting. So I'm gonna give her the knife, because she says trust her and she's gonna deal with it herself, so let's see.
No.
And let's go with it.
Not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right? Oh, you've already tried to take over, buddy.
Exactly. I wouldn't be too
Hilarious.
keen on repeating your mistake.
Oh my god.
We could even force your hand and do it ourselves.
That's so funny.
I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
How is she even gonna do this?
Thanks.
She pulls up her head,
Whoa!
smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat.
Oh, she's gonna do it!
What is she doing? She doesn't say another word
Oh!
as she cuts into her own neck.
Oh! Oh, fuck! Oh, I mean, I want to look away. Watching uneasy silence, but I'm also really curious.
Her eyes stare forward.
I should look away.
As she soars through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck.
Oh, this is fucked.
I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink.
Oh, what?
Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens.
Oh my god!
The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Huh. So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
What? I don't understand what she was thinking.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of a reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know
Yeah,
why.
this, like, yeah, I agree.
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed. and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
Take the princess with you? I can take her with me?
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin. Did you see that?
Oh!
I could have sworn she moved.
Her eye fucking moved! Her eye moved!
She didn't.
Fucking did!
She's dead.
Moved!
But what if she's not?
I don't think she's dead.
Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Leave the cabin and claim your reward?
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Oh!
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone? But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Oh shit!
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Interesting. Oh, okay. So I didn't get another chapter from that, so there must be another variant to that then. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They've gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unravelled. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
You think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die. Right. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I think I know the route that we're gonna take. I've like had a look at my options and stuff to see like what could lead, because I think I'm missing now one chapter 2 so I think I know how to get to it. I think, because I think there's something I haven't tried yet, so let's give it a go.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, so continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay, proceeding to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Okay, enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Okay. Just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
So I did this in my very first run, is I hesitated and then I died. So I'm wondering if I hesitate and then kill her still, like can I bring it back? Is my question. I don't know. That's what I'm going to give a go.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Okay, tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Squint at the princess while holding onto the blade?
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back.
The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
Squint at the princess even harder?
Squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting
It's so
forever.
funny.
Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
Slay the princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
Shit.
We can still turn this around.
Okay, finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath.
I think this is new.
You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The two of you fall to the floor.
this was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Did we get something new? Oh, we did! Okay, I did, yes, okay. I think this is the final chapter 2 one I need.
And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Okay.
And in the basement of that cabin
Yeah. Perfect.
is a princess.
Right. Okay, so now I know how to get to all the chapter 2s. Perfect. Now I just need to get to all the chapter 3s. I've gotten new ones thus far. So let's see if we can get another new one. Although one of them we didn't manage to get to a chapter 3, but at least I know now how to get back to that. Like, it's like the one where she's in chains. So at least now I know how to get back to that one. Yeah. And the beast one as well. That did get me to a chapter 3, but I'm wondering if, like, there's alternatives. Yeah, we'll have to see.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Oh, Stubborn's here. Interesting. Stubborn is very stubborn, so...
Are you sure?
Yeah. Stubborn can make things quite interesting, because in the past, Stubborn is the one that's pushed us through multiple stages of a fight. But I'm wondering if I still play it hesitant. Basically, if I let her kill me in this one, we should get to a chapter 3, right? Theoretically.
The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Crystal, let's just get on with it already.
Proceeding to the cabin.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest.
This is new.
Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, so we're going to take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Okay, into the basement. Ooh. The little bell that rang there.
The door to the basement creaks open,
Ooh.
revealing a rough
Alright.
stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulphuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
It is.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. a large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Oh, she got tall. Oh, she's like demonic.
Looks like she could rip those chains
Yeah.
out of the wall without a second thought.
It does. Does she have hooves?
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
You look different.
You look exactly the same.
All right, fine. If you're not going to address it, I will. What? You've already met the princess has already met you. And the two of you killed each other. Did you think you'd be able to just openly talk about all that without me noticing? Maybe. You did seem to just gloss over the whole thing for a while. Of course I glossed over it. When a colleague says something insane, glossing over it is one of the best ways to stay focused and keep moving forward. But enough is enough. I believe you. And that's all the more reason to take this seriously. You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember. Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Just because it bothers you, I'm going to take this even less seriously. You don't know the depths of my apathy.
You're joking, right? I'm just going to pretend that you're joking.
Yeah, you better be joking. We can't win unless you take this seriously.
So you do remember me.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking.
Ooh. I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first, like how we're still both alive.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done. Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Attack the princess.
Finally ready to
All
complete
right.
your destined task, you launch off
Let's
the
see.
wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count.
Oh, we'll make it count, all right.
As you bridge the gap, your blade
Damn.
slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught.
Fucking hell.
Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact.
Damn.
She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win. She's
Or the
huge,
music.
but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through, and don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action.
Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
Ooh. Bait an opening and outmaneuver her, strike her heart head on, or run. Let's strike her heart head
That's your
on.
plan, then. That's your plan. You push off the ground, ignoring the pain in your ribs as you charge at the princess once more. You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins at you from behind her guard.
Ooh, I don't like the way that's wiggling.
Pull it out. We'll try a different angle.
No, we can do this. Just keep pushing.
We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
Ooh, enlarge the blade and attack from a different angle.
You pull back on the blade's hilt, doing your best to free it from its sinewed prison. But as you tug the blade free, the princess slams you down onto her knee. It collides with your ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact. And you find yourself in midair, effortlessly tossed across the room. You hit the floor, your ribs complaining painfully, but you can feel the hilt in your grip. You still have your weapon. You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last.
This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her.
She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her
we
is
have
a little out of the question.
definitely lost, yeah.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
Damn.
How disappointing.
Oh shit.
Squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp.
Oh fuck.
The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter.
Well, I wanted to see what would happen if I lost.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Did we get chapter 3 though? Yes, we did. Okay. Perfect. Good. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods.
If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there.
Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it.
The stubborn and the hunted. Interesting.
So what? You'd have us cower in a corner?
Wonder if Cold's gonna be here.
That place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included.
Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning?
Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met. It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you.
We haven't talked enough about how this different this place is. I wouldn't even call these woods. It's like our influence has pulled out into the world.
It's evidence of one of many ticking clocks. You can't let her spread any further. Things are always changing. She changed, the cabin changed, we've changed. Why wouldn't the woods change too? Because they're not supposed to have changed. This is supposed to be a path in the woods. If it's not, it means something's gone horribly wrong.
No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. We might as well see this through.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament.
I mean, other than we're screwed? Not really.
No last advice for us? No words of warning? What I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind.
I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now.
I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us, something to chase.
Proceeding to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin.
Oh, it's so like tight.
More of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall. A pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. See? We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. And the only space is out there. Take it.
Okay, take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of us to survive, and that steel claw is as much a part of us as any.
Approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You do see it, right?
All we see is a damned mirror. It's a bit grimy. Why don't we wipe it clean?
Like the
You
mirror
reach
clean.
forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom.
Oh,
It
okay.
will require careful effort.
Oh, that's
The
interesting.
air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Goad her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
Ooh. If you want to fight, but then how about you come and get one?
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
Those chains were nothing to her last time.
There'll be nothing to her this time. But we need to show ourselves first to make her boil over. Fine by me. You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling
It's gonna be a
foot.
nightmare to run up if we need to.
Soon, there is solid ground beneath you. Remember, every crack and crevice will need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly
my
muscled,
God.
grins back at you from the darkness.
Yeah.
Her face widens into a broad grin.
She almost looks like a bit like a dragon or like a demon.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling. Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh, break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
We can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, and let her become frenzied. She'll break them. Then we run.
I really don't like the sound of this.
No, me neither.
The only way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do. So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
Step closer, stopping just outside of chains. Alright, I'm gonna listen to The Hunted for
You
once.
step forward, stopping just outside the reach of her chains. The princess scoffs.
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you? You're teasing me with what I want, but I'm sick of waiting. I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going to get what I want.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend. Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you near the top, oh
my God!
Stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you
God.
did, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
No.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
Good. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same? Little bird, where do you think you're going?
We're almost there. Don't think about almost. We're there when we're there.
And we'll take the fight with us.
Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass.
Oh, damn.
You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over. So get it right.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me. Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head.
Do it. Be swift, strike true, be where she's not. Let your body move you.
Ooh. Slay the princess.
You leap from the grass and bound towards the princess, keeping low.
Let's see.
Charging me head on. Brave and foolish.
Her body braces for impact, anticipating the clash. That's where you're both wrong. Left, now. As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly. Strike.
Damn, the hooded is good.
Out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh. It's nothing. A scratch. Yes, it could be worse. And you manage to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned. We're actually gonna pull this off, aren't we? You just might. But don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you wounding the other again and again. She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. She's slowing down, blood pouring from wounds, splattering at her feet, leaving her weak and unsteady.
More! Keep going, we can't stop now!
You spy an opening.
Damn.
She's waiting for you.
Ooh.
She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. You're slammed to the ground.
Nothing! These blows are nothing to us!
But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood
Oh,
as she
here we go.
gasps for breath.
You've outplayed me, haven't you? Something feels wrong. Something.
And? Then what happens?
That's it. But you do not have the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. That thing reeks of death.
Screw the mirror, we just need to find the princess!
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the centre of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning into a mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So interestingly, I want to see what happens if I just, like, don't talk to him. So destroy the mirror. You don't need answers from the... Oh, that was the thing. You don't need answers from the thing that lives in the mirror. You already know what you are. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Apart from the coolest animation.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Let's see. There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
I crush you. I bleed you. I grind you to paste. My scars are a memory of what you used to be to me. I want those feelings back. You run, but you do not run away. You take me somewhere new, somewhere we can dance like we used to. But I could not follow your steps. There was no better gift for me than the gift of defeat. You showed me how much more I could be. We made each other better. To have no challenges to fade into nothing. A life without obstacles is no life at all.
I remember the moment of my victory. As soon as you entered my domain, I destroyed you.
You speak of me as if I am a ghost, but I am right in front of you. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray?
I don't want to stop it early, no. I won't engage with an argument that favours death and suffering.
But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear.
That cold fire has left your eyes. Are you finally willing to listen?
A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured.
and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
Of course I helped you. I didn't want us to hate each other.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation. A web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. You knew me, and I knew you, even more than either of us know each other now, and you chose to pull apart that weave. But you did not choose to end me. We were still one, but we were also separate, and we were free. We were as we are. Will you excise that part of yourself now that you see me from yet another angle?
You were a part of me. I couldn't bring myself to hurt you.
All things are connected through me and through you. To harm me is to harm yourself, is to harm everything. The truth of that moment remains our truth.
Boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, then alive and dead, all at once.
You learned to put yourself away, and in your stillness you humbled me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
I didn't humble you. You humbled yourself. Just as you broke yourself upon me then, so will you break yourself upon me now.
Death is a fantasy. Only those who lack perspective see it as anything other than transformation. You cannot destroy me.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake your will, rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free.
There is no something else. This, what we are, is everything.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Which hero are you?
I'm all of them, I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
You have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go.
Yeah, I wanted the chance to talk to her again in like a different way, because last time I was like, we went for like the slay the princess route when I got to speak to her like this.
I'd say we were back where it all started.
I'm trying to go for a more neutral route.
Do you need me to describe things?
Into the basement.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Continue down the stairs.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are. Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Sit with her. I don't think I want to be a god.
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. Just like this cabin.
It's good to finally see you again.
Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back.
I'm sorry for all the times I've hurt you.
The first time we met, I stabbed you to death. Sure, you stabbed me first, but who cares? We both took things a little far.
You know, when she puts it like that...
Are you the same as you are out there?
I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like, she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either.
Which princess are you? You look like you did when we first met. Is this the real you?
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
So now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I never had one. And do not call me the Shifting Mound. It's too much. But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that? And as for you, well, hero works for me.
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it?
No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you.
What do you think of her? What she wanted us to be?
I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you. And like I said earlier, I don't really want to be her. I think I just want to be me.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
Take her hand in yours. Aww. Wait, this is really sweet. Wait, oh, okay, wait. This is so sweet. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one, I think. I don't know, but I've always wanted to leave with you. I just didn't like being a god. I want to walk through that cabin door as we are, just you and me.
I want that too.
That's so sweet.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Are you going to be okay alone?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be alone for too long anyways. The others are still around here somewhere. I'll find them.
Leave with the princess. Hands clasped together, you and the princess leave the basement behind for the last time. As quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there is an energy in the silence, an electricity, an anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You feel her hands tremble in yours. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside, pulling you excitedly with her.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
Oh! Oh! Ah! This is so sweet. I'm gonna cry. Oh my god! Don't do this to me. Look, I'm secretly a little romantic, okay? Oh, I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, my heart. This is so sweet.
But I'm trying not to be sappy about it. Don't make me get all emotional.
Ah, that's where that ends. Oh my god, you're joking. No way. Oh, that is probably my favorite ending. That is my favorite ending yet. Oh my god, that is the perfect ending for this series on this channel. That is the perfect ending. I genuinely, yeah, that's perfect. Oh. Wow, that's actually the perfect place to end this game. There's obviously, oh, I did get them all. Oh my god, I did. Okay, there's 3 that I didn't get, but I feel like that's such a perfect place to end this video. That's so perfect. Oh, that's so unbelievably perfect. Oh my god. Okay, so I think that one is if I slay her. That one I don't know. It's presumably it's to do with the beast. And that one, I've got no idea. But I just feel like that's such a perfect place to end that video and to end this series on the channel, because that was such a perfect ending. Oh, like after everything we've been through, I think I'm happy doing those 3 on my own terms, to be honest, because I just feel like that is like the perfect place to end that, like, this video. With that ending of like possibility. My actual heart, oh my god, that ending, oh man, because I was trying to be so in between about it, and I was trying to be so like, oh, maybe there's an ending where there's like something a bit neutral, but that ending, I love that, because I think that after all the strife and everything we'd been through with the previous ones, I think that having the end like there with them walking out together and choosing to be together, but not to the detriment of anything else, just the possibility of what could be, is just such a perfect thing and place. Oh oh my gosh, that was so sweet. Oh my god, my heart, that genuinely makes me happy. That was really, really good. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm glad I managed to get all the chapter 2s though. That makes me very happy. Obviously there's the 3 left in chapter 3, but I think I'm quite happy to do them in my own time when I get a chance. And like, I think that all the routes I got and endings I got, I feel so satisfied. You know when you just feel satisfied, like you feel like you've played a game and it's like given you that incredible experience that you wanted from it? I feel like I've had that from this game. And I think that in all honesty, there are still so many possibilities for future like playthroughs and routes and everything. I feel like it's one of those things where I want to like not play it for a while and then come back to it and try to get those final 3 things and just get to like experience it again for the first time in ages after like a nice break. Because yeah, I just feel so satisfied with that ending. I don't know how there could be another ending that would satisfy me as much, and a better way to say like goodbye to this playthrough on this channel, because oh my gosh, my heart, like I'm so happy with that ending. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, thank you all so much for following me on this journey of playing Slay the Princess. I had an absolute blast playing this on this channel, and I thought I was only going to do one video. I didn't realize I was going to make this into a little 3-part series, but I'm really happy that I did, and I really hope that you guys got to see all of your like favorite endings and favorite parts. And I do apologize if anyone's favorite was those 3. I will play it at some point, and I don't think I'll put it on the channel, but I will play it at some point and stuff. So if you're ever interested, you can always just ask what I thought of them. But regardless, absolutely fabulous. Really enjoyed that. Absolutely up for more recommendations from you guys, so please do leave me some recommendations for things you'd like to see me play through on the channel down in the comments below. I obviously love a good visual novel game, and games like this obviously really appeal to me. I do love games with a bit of like horror, body horror, things like that. I've got like Signalis on my list to play, Doki Doki Literature Club that I really want to do a playthrough of. I've got Corpse Party that I've never played, so I want to play that as well at some point. I've heard that's really good but a bit messed up. I've got a game called Sorry We're Closed, which is more of like an indie horror game that looks amazing. Signalis, obviously I've mentioned before. I want to do a playthrough of Omamori at some point. And yeah, there's quite a few sort of games along that route that I've never played that I would really like to delve into. So if you guys have got any recommendations of things like that, please do let me know. I've also been considering whether or not to do a playthrough of Poppy Playtime, because I've played the first chapter of that and I did really enjoy it, so I have considered whether or not to play more. But if you guys want to see more, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, leave me suggestions for more games you'd like to see me play down in the comments below. And if you do enjoy this channel and want to see more of those playthroughs, don't forget to subscribe. We also have a Discord, we do have Twitter and TikTok and stuff, so if you want to follow me on those, please do. Thank you so much for joining me for this playthrough of Slay the Princess, and I have talked about also potentially playing their other game, Scarlet Hollow, as well, so if you want to see that too, let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you very, very soon. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.